This is Matt Roush, and I wanted to do a quick video on a continuity test for pigtails. I just bought a bunch of pigtails for my 2017 display from Ray Wu. I made the mistake in 2016 thinking that I was going to do a large portion of my display with dumb nodes, which require 4 core connectors, and I ended up not using any of the dumb nodes that I had purchased and went all pixels. And so this is my first video trying to pay it forward, thanks to Clyde Lindsay, who had posted a bunch of videos and helped me out a tremendous amount in 2016. So this is my way of trying to pay it forward to all the new guys in our hobby. So I'm kind of cheating a little bit because I'm basing everything off of Ray's pigtails. He actually has a picture that demonstrates exactly what this looks like for his pigtails and what each and every one of the 3 core holes are. These are just his standard 3 core pigtails. This is the male end. This is the female end as well. Typically, you'll have the female end that comes from your controller. And you'll have your male end that comes from each and every one of your display elements. I was lucky enough, I guess they must have been using this for their testing, that Ray's workers, I guess, just kept their labels of what they're using. So once again, their blue wire is the ground, their green/yellow is data, and their brown wire is DC positive. Now, something very important to note here is that never trust the color of the wire, which is the exact reason why I'm doing this video, is so I can show you how to do a continuity test. So I have my multimeter, which I have out here. I just picked this up from Home Depot. I'm going to turn it to the continuity test, and I'm going to put this to the side. And I'm going to use each and every one of the leads to make sure that they are correct, that you do get a tone. And then from there, we're going to go through and we're going to label each and every one just to make sure of what Ray said. So I'm going to put these 2 together. You did hear that as well. So from here, I'm going to go through and double check based off of Ray's wiring. I'm going to use his little, I don't think they meant to put this in my my order, but I'm going to use this just to test it as well. So I'm going to, because I don't know what wire that coincides, what the brown, blue, or green coincides with each and every one of these connectors. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to start on the top left, see which one that is, and from here, it's not green, which is data. It is not blue, which is ground. It only leaves 12 volt positive. So as you can see, the top left of Ray's pigtails is going to be the hot. So I'm going to use hot. Please excuse my handwriting, it is absolutely horrible. My wife complains about it all the time, but she'll live. So now down at the bottom, you'll use, test this again. And I'm going to just guess here that the bottom is going to be data, which it is, as you heard from the tone. So now at the bottom of my picture, I'm going to once again put data at the bottom. And so we already know, based off of only having a 3 core pigtail, what the last one is, but I'm just going to double check it just to make sure. And that's going to be ground. So now that I've used this to test everything, what I would like to do is go through and use the marrying end, the male end, to the 3 core pigtail to make sure that it actually goes from one end of the pigtail to the opposite end of the pigtail. Let's screw this together a minute. So now that I've got everything together, I'm going to try to make it a little bit easier here and test them based off of test blue. Test the blue one as well. So once again, that means that it's coming from the left side to the right side, coming through the female end to the male end. I'm going to do the next test, which is coming the data. I'll test the data line as well to make sure that this is correct. So that is correct as well. Lastly is going to be the brown wire, which is the 12 volt positive, or once again 5 volt for that matter. and that is correct. So why is this important? So it's the one thing to note, and why it's important, is that if for some reason that the wires were crisscrossed or the ends were not correct, that we're marrying to each and every one of these, going from one end to the other, then there is a major problem. You could burn up your controller or burn up your pixels. So what I have planned to do is, as I mentioned earlier, I got 300 3-core pigtails. I'm actually swapping out what I used in 2016, and I'm going to be using these pigtails moving forward. I was also had enough information at this point in time that I also ordered a lot of my pixels, which you'll see here, with their pigtails already on them, so it makes it a whole lot easier for me to test as well. So, but once again, why is this important? It's to make sure that you don't ruin your expensive pixels that you've already purchased as well. And so what I plan on doing is going through each and every one of my pigtails, making sure that all the connections are correct. So I will start, as I just did with each and every one of these, to make sure that the bottom, the top left is going to be hot, the bottom is going to be the data, and the top right is going to be ground. I'll test each and every one of those to make sure that I use one, make sure that it flows through to the other side. Once they're correct, I'll go ahead and put them away. That way I won't have to worry about testing them again. I've already done it once. And then at that point in time, I can just pick out whatever I need, put them on my controllers, and I can put the other ends on all my elements. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope to be able to make more videos moving forward with various things that I'm doing as I'm upgrading my display, as well as other things. But please do subscribe to our videos that I'm going to be putting up as well, and look forward more to come in the future. Thanks a lot for watching.